In the name of Almighty One God, who is most beneficent and merciful. My name is Dr. Abu Abdullah and I am researcher in Quran, Bible, Vedas. This is the third lecture, third video of contribution of Muslims in agriculture in medieval time, golden time. They carried on irrigation by floodgates, wheel, and pumps. The Andalusian plain of Spain was considered the garden of Europe and center of rural and urban activity. Writing in his well known book History of the Arabs, Philip D. Hathi says this agricultural development was one of the glories of Muslim Spain and one of the Arabs' lasting gift to the land. For Spanish gardens have preserved to this day a Muslim imprint. One of the best known gardens is the General Life from Arab Jannat, the Inspector's Paradise, a Nasrid monument of late 13th century whose villa was one of the outlying buildings of Alhambra. This garden, proverbial for its extensive shades, falling waters, and soft breeze, according to Ibn Qatib, was terraced in the form of an amphitheater and irrigated by streams, which, after forming numerous cascades, lost themselves among the flowers, shrubs, and trees represented today by a few gigantic cypresses and myrtles. The Indo-Pak subcontinent during the Muslim rule was one of the most fertile agriculture area of the world. The price of grain and other edible commodities during the reign of Alauddin Khilji and Shah Jahan, quoted by chronicles of these times, were exceptionally low and hardly believable. The Jomna Genetic Dwaba was known throughout the world for its fertility and productivity. During the Mughal period, a number of canals were taken out from Jumna river, which irrigated the vast tract of land round about Delhi and Agra. The villages were self-sufficient. The villages were self-sufficient and the huge agriculture productivity enhanced the prosperity of the people. The Muslims took much interest in the advancement of horticulture, which was not confined to the cultivation of fruits and vegetables, but also to the planting of all sorts of flowers. Damascus, Shiraz, and Jor were particularly noted for their flower gardens, which led to the growth of perfume industry in these regions. So the Muslims were also pioneer in making perfumes, which they, on their language, called itar. Firozabad in Faris was famous for its attar of roses. According to the Ibn Hakal, the rose water of Jor was exported to such distant countries like China. Faris, according to Talibi, included in its Khiraj 30,000 bottles of the essence of roses. Sabur or Shapur produced 10 world famous varieties of perfumed oil. Muslims had a special aptitude for gardens. The garden of general life in Granada, Spain, and the Shalimar Gardens built by the Mughal emperors Jahangir and Shah Jahan in Kashmir and Lahore, respectively, are considered to be the best in the world still. Natural products, says J.H. Kramers, which by their name betray their original importation from Mohammedan countries, mean Muslim countries, are fruits like the orange, lemon, and apricot, vegetables like spinach and artichokes, further saffron, and now the so important aniline. Arab botanists wrote several valuable treatises on plants and carried on research on their cultivation, growth, and natural properties. One of these treatises was written by Ibn al-Awwam entitled Kitab al-Filah, in which he dealt with 585 plants and 50 kinds of fruit trees. My God. According to George Saturn, it contains striking observations on the different kinds of soil and manure, means fertilizer, and their respective properties, on various methods of grafting, sympathies and antipathies between plants, etc. The symptoms of many diseases of trees and vines, not W-I-N-E, V-I-N-E, and vines are indicated, as are also method of cure. So, dear friends, as I always say, that the Muslims at that time, medieval time, golden time, they did lot of research, and developed the art and science, which we don't see nowadays, because this was started by Arabs from Arabia, and then they spread in the whole world. But now the Arabia is under a sort of rulers, Al Saud, Saudi family, which not concerned with all these things. So the Arabs are now no more active in these activities. And same is the case with the other like Turkish, Iranians, and Pakistani absolute have no concern. So what is the purpose of these lectures, the contribution of Muslims in art and sciences? That we should start again learning and producing and developing things which Europe, the white peoples have taken from us, snatched from us. They have learned from us. So keep on watching my channel, Dr. Abu Abdullah.